radiallahu anhu. Umar radiallahu anhu made him a governor of Syria. Yeah? Islam was spreading into new lands. They needed to set up the Islamic administration of the Islamic State. So they made him the governor. Yeah? Because Umar bin al-Khattab was quite content with how pious a person this person was. Yeah? So he was a governor in Syria. And then one day, Umar bin al-Khattab gave him some money, sent him some money, and said, some people came from Syria one day. Yeah, and so Umar bin al-Khattab said to them, okay, give me a list of all of your poor people. Yeah, give me a list of all the people who are poor in Syria, in Asham, and I want to send some money for them. Yeah, so they gave him a list. So he was going through that list of who the people and the individuals were, and then in that list he saw the name of Sa'id ibn Aamir. So he questioned them, why is Sa'id's name in this? Is he not the aamir, the governor of Syria, of Asham? And they said, yeah, but he's one of the poorest amongst us. And that kind of shocked him. So he sent 1,000 dinars with them and said, look, take this money, put it in a purse, take this money and give it to Sa'id ibn Aamir. Yeah? As soon as Sa'id ibn Aamir, the money reached Sa'id ibn Aamir, he kind of turned and flipped. Yeah? First he was pushing the money away. And then he goes, he said, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un several times. Yeah? To Allah we belong and to Allah we will return. And they asked, his wife came out saying, what's happened? Has the Khalifa passed away? He goes, no, not something more greater than that has happened. And he goes, what, have we lost a battle somewhere in the frontiers? He goes, no, something even worse than that has happened. And then she goes, what's happened? He goes, the world has come to take me away from the akhirah. Yeah? This money has come and it's going to be a diversion from the akhirah. Yeah? Meaning that this is how much afraid he was to acquire money and accumulate money. Yeah? Because he knows that on the day of judgment every one of us will be accountable for everything we have. Every penny we spend, every pound we spend. Yeah? So what he did was he gave it out in sadaqah, and they distributed it. Yeah? Then one day Umar bin al-Khattab, he goes to Syria, Asham, and in Asham he wanted to do a little visit, yeah, do an inspection of the Muslim lands. So he went there and he asked people, how is Sa'id ibn Aamir? Yeah? So they said, we've got complaints about him. Yeah, we've got complaints about him. And he was shocked because he's the one who appointed Sa'id ibn Aamir. And Sa'id ibn Aamir was the one who advised Umar bin al-Khattab once he became Khalif. Yeah? That you have to listen to the people. You have to treat them better than yourself. You have to be soft to the poor, yeah, harsh with the rich, and so on and so forth. And he was shocked. He goes, inshallah, I will, okay, let's summon Sa'id and I will listen to him, but I hope my perception and my idea of him doesn't change. Yeah, I do dua to Allah that my perception of him doesn't change. Because he was worried that, oh, what's happened? Has he become corrupt or something? So they brought Sa'id ibn Aamir and they complained about him, and they said, these are his complaints. He only comes out to us when the sun is already high, yeah, in the middle of the day, basically noon, yeah. He isn't reachable at night. When we go and try and contact him, he's not reachable at night. He goes missing once a month, one day in a month, he's nowhere to be found. You can't find him, yeah. And then certain times he faints. When we have discussions and meetings, he will faint, so pass out. So then Umar bin al-Khattab asked him, look, Sa'id, what do you have to say in your defense? So Sa'id paused and he was thinking about it for a while, and then he goes, I didn't want this to kind of come out. Yeah? And it shows that that is one of the signs of a believer. He doesn't boast. He doesn't talk about his good deeds, that I've been praying tahajjud and doing all these good deeds in front of everyone. Yeah? He's someone who tries to, he does them for the sake of Allah without showing off. Yeah? So he goes, okay, the reason why I come out midday is because we don't have any servant or anyone to help us at home, and him and his family, in the morning he bakes bread for them. Yeah? So he bakes the bread, makes the dough, waits it for waits for the bread for the dough to rise and what have you, and once it's ready for his family, he gives it to them, and then he comes out. Yeah? Because this is what I do, because I've got responsibilities on my family as well. Why? Then they asked him, okay, Umar bin Khattab was happy with that. Then he asked him, why are you not reachable at night? People come to you at night, you're not reachable to them. He goes, I set the day, yeah, to deal with the affairs of the people, and at night I set that time for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he's busy doing his zikr, his tahajjud, his prayers and what have you, yeah, and building that, his nafsiyah and that relationship with Allah. So again, Umar bin Khattab was happy with that as well. Then they said he goes missing once a month. Once a month, one day a month he goes missing. He's nowhere to be found, yeah? So they asked him, okay, what do you say in terms of why do you go missing once a month? Yeah, you're the aamir, you're the governor of Sham. Yeah, you need to be there for the people. He said, look, I've only got, the clothes I'm wearing are the only set of clothes I've got. So once a month I wash them, then I wait for them to dry, and once they've dried, I come out after that. Yeah? So he's got only one pair of clothes, yeah, and this is what he washes them in the day, puts them to dry. Once they're dry, he puts them on, then he comes out. Yeah? And he goes, okay, and why do you faint at meetings? You just pass out. He goes, every time I remember that incident of Khubayb, yeah, every time that I remember that incident, yeah, that has an impact on me that I can't bear it, and he faints, you know. Shows you how much of an impact that thing had, that incident had in his life. Because of that incident, he embraced Islam, and because of that incident, later on in life, he used to faint out. Yeah. So, and there's a lot more as well about Khubayb. But whenever you read anything about Khubayb, you'll find this is the main thing about his life. The complaint that the people brought to him, and the worry that Umar bin al-Khattab had about him. And then Umar bin al-Khattab said, look, alhamdulillah, I'm satisfied with Khubayb, with Sa'id ibn Aamir. Yeah, he's a good governor. And then he gave him another 1,000 dinars from the Bayt al-Mal as a governor for his issues. And again, he was kind of shocked again. So him and his wife, they gave it out in sadaqah again. Yeah, gave it out to the poor people, and gave it out to specific people, specific families. Now, when we read the life of Sa'id, there's certain things that will come, certain lessons that we'll learn about his life. Yeah, and these lessons are what we're going to be looking at in terms of today's current rulers. Yeah, we know that Sa'id, first of all, he was not above accountability. Yeah, the people came to Umar bin al-Khattab and accounted him. Yeah, Sa'id never went to them and said, who are you to account me? I'm going to put you in jail, or I'll exile you, or I'll torture you, or kill you. Yeah, nor did Umar bin al-Khattab. Yeah. Also, he knew what the role of a leader was, because of his mentality before he was made even governor. Because of the advice he gave to Umar, he said to Umar, be careful of how you rule the people. Yeah, to treat them better than you treat yourselves. Yeah, be soft with the poor, be soft with those who are weak in the society. Yeah, and then Umar bin al-Khattab goes to Aamir, that because of that, I'm making you governor of Sham. And he goes, subhanallah, do you want me to, I don't want my deen to be affected by becoming a governor. Do you want the dunya to take me over? He goes, how can you tell me to become the Khalif and give me this advice and then forsake me when I make you the governor? It's because of people like you. I need people like you to govern as well. So then he accepted and became the governor. He wasn't in that position as a career move. He wasn't there for his own personal gain. Yeah? He wasn't there to earn money. We can see the moment that Umar bin al-Khattab on 2 occasions gave him money, he got scared, yeah? He said, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Yeah? And he said, this is more bigger than the death of a Khalif, more bigger than the death of the defeat of an army, that this is going to take me away from Jannah, from the hereafter, this distraction, the money I've got. Yeah? And from that we can see he wasn't in it for himself. And the one set of clothes that he had. And we know he did his own domestic, looked after his own domestic issues by cooking the food and washing his own clothes, yeah? Now when we look at